Welcome back to Hot Stove. Mark Feinsand of MLB.com in with us on this Thanksgiving Eve with kind of a bigger picture concept in this free agent market. And then we're going to hit you on some specific players that might fit the qualification. And there are a lot of us that feel like maybe the one-year free agent deal will be more popular this year than ever for all the understandable reasons we know are out there in this this weird landscape. Talk about that as a reality, the fact that a lot of these guys might have to settle for 1 year.
Yeah, you know, the combination of the pandemic and not knowing sort of what 2021 is going to look like, the fact that the CBA is up at the end of 2021, and there could be a new, there's going to be a new bargaining agreement theoretically that could have impact on contracts going forward. And, the fact that a lot of players are coming off of weird seasons or bad seasons or injured seasons. In some cases, players are just older and looking for shorter term deals. The 3 deals we've seen so far fit all of those criteria, right? Robbie Ray, coming off of a bad season, signs a 1-year deal. Charlie Morton, age 37, signs a 1-year deal with Atlanta. Drew Smyly, coming off of an injured season, signs a 1-year deal. So I think there are a lot of guys out there who fit these categories, and therefore, given all of those circumstances as well, 1-year deals could be quite popular this winter on both sides.
Intriguing, and for different reasons, as you point out. So let's get into this list of players. And you bring up 3 pitchers who've already committed to 1-year agreements for 2021. I'll start with maybe the most highly decorated of the list. And Jon Lester's deal runs out in Chicago. He did exactly what the stated mission was. He won a World Series with them, had a big part of their success in the rebuilding of the brand. Is Jon Lester a candidate for a 1-year contract? And if so, where?
Well, the where part is tricky. I know he's been connected to the Giants recently, which was a team that was interested in him when he was a free agent the last time. I think he has to be a candidate for a 1-year deal. He's going to be 37 years old this season. He had a 5.16 ERA last year, and he did pitch 61 innings in the shortened season, but didn't pitch more than 6 innings in any start. So at this point, he reminds me of one of those, number 3, number 4 type starters, veteran guy who can have a really good impact on a team, but shouldn't be expected to come in and lead a staff as its ace. So, for the age and the performance last year, Lester seems like an obvious 1-year contract kind of guy.
So, Mark, I think the one that jumps out at me, probably the biggest, would be Corey Kluber. I mean, here's a guy that probably is going to have to take a 1 year to get it back on track to see what's going on. What are you thinking about him?
Yeah, again, turns 35 in April, pitched 1 inning in 2020, 35 innings in 2019. He hasn't been healthy for a few years here, and he's going to have to show that a resume isn't enough to get a multi-year deal. He's going to have to come back, prove that he can stay healthy, prove that he's still Corey Kluber. And if he is, then at age 36, then I think you could be looking at potentially getting a 2-year deal or even a 3-year deal if you pitch the way, that Corey Kluber has always pitched. But coming off of these 2 injury-riddled seasons, it's just impossible to believe he's going to land a multi-year deal.
I played with him up in Alaska one summer.
You did not. 30 years younger than you, for God's sake.
Hey, Harold.
Hey, Mark, 2 guys I want to hit you on back-to-back, and they both fall into the category of injuries in 2020, preventing them getting on track and establishing any kind of innings record. Chris Archer, one of them. Jose Quintana, another.
Yeah, Archer has not been what everybody expected he was going to be. He's only 32 years old, but he had a 5.19 ERA in his last season in 2019, didn't pitch in 2020. And I just, he's going to, again, one of those pillow contracts. Go land somewhere for a year, reestablish your value, and then go put yourself out on the free agent market again in 2021. Quintana, also 32 years old, only pitched 10 innings in 2020. You think about Quintana when he was with the White Sox, and he was a horse. He was a 200-inning guy every year. That didn't happen with the Cubs. His average innings with the Cubs was about 170 before this year when he only pitched 10. And the ERA was 3.5 with the White Sox, 4.24 with the Cubs. So he hasn't quite pitched as well the last few years. I could see him being a guy coming off of injury, coming off of some mediocre. Of the guys we've talked about, he's the one who has the best chance to land more than a one-year deal, but it wouldn't surprise me if he tried to land a one-year deal, reestablish that value, and then go for the big contract next year if he pitches well.
MLB.com's Mark Feinsand identifying a potential trend for this winter, the one-year free agent pitcher deal. Mark, have a great Thanksgiving, man.